This is what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da.
Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep Casino podcast. I'm your boy Brown. To the left of me, I got
Your good boy John.
To the right of me, I got
Vito.
Very interesting show. We got some interesting topics today. We ain't even gonna hold y'all up. John, what we got going on?
We're going to jump right into it, folks. Now, I know a lot of y'all got kids that are in these leagues and stuff like that. Do y'all think AAU is good or bad for, like, basketball, like, nowadays? Do you think it's hurting basketball or it's, like, helping them out, really? And, Vito, you could start that one off.
Well, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it like it helps because it gets these kids out there more, like summer league, that type of thing. Because if they're strictly going off of like their high school games, they don't get enough exposure. Because a lot of dudes don't get seen. They shouldn't get seen.
Right.
But it also could hurt because all these dudes become good friends within these leagues, and once they get to the league, they start teaming up. But I don't have a problem with them teaming up, but it kind of hurts the rivalry side of things in the NBA to me, which I prefer.
Right. Well, do we really got any rivalries these days?
We might do that. I just can't think of it all the time.
Is KD and LeBron one? Or LeBron and Steph? Because they played in the finals?
Yeah, that might be like by default. I mean, like a team, like I would say like Miami and the Bucks. I would say like that's a rivalry because they actually like be ready to fight and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all right. I don't really feel like it's a problem though.
I agree with you on the fact that I think it helped where you can travel and play against the best talent, better talent, other than being stuck and playing people in your city for 4 seasons at high school. It also helped because I think these kids are learning, not learning the game more, but you know, big kids can shoot now. They can do more stuff now. They learn it. But it killed the competitiveness in the NBA. Like you said, all the teaming up stuff is no competitive nature really in the NBA because one, everybody is homies. Mm-hmm. And then two, I look at it like this. Perfect situation is when we used to play against teams that wasn't that was better than us, right? And it made us play harder, it made us want to be dogs and all of that. So I used to go to a program and the guy that worked at the program, he had a team and their team used to play at 33rd and Diamond. Mm-hmm. He like, oh, I want you to be my shooting guard. That's what we need. We need a shooting guard, this, that, and the third. So he wanted me and Mike. Remember Mike, right? That was up the front. Mike, chubby Mike.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted us to play, but Mike from the gun bus was like, nah, I ain't doing it. So I'm like, yeah. I'll go up there and play. I go up there, right? First game I go up there, we on the sideline. I don't know none of the dudes on the team. They all, whoever, I can't think of old head name, but I didn't know none of the team, so I ended up seeing somebody up there that was playing on another team that I did know. Mm-hmm. And he like, man, how you get on that team? So I'm like, nah, the coach, da-da-da-da-da-da, and I explained to him. He like, man, they don't won a championship like 4 years in a row. And I'm like, well, why the fuck you bring me up here and you telling me, like, we need a shooting guard, like, so.
He wanted to continue to win.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I played one game, and the game that I did play, we was blowing them niggas out, and I never went back. Because it was like, to me, I can't play on teams like that, where they loaded, because to me, I lose the competitive edge, like.
Nah,
that's
you.
Listen, no, I'm just saying, my point is with this, right? When we talk about Jordan being a killer, when we talk about Kobe being a killer, and why we don't have that these days, because everybody plays on the same damn team. So it's like 5 niggas on. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's like 5 niggas on the team that's going to be top 10 draft picks. So first of all, they're never in situations where they need a basket at the end of the game because they're blowing everybody out.
Yeah, I agree.
And everybody defers.
I don't, because at the end of the day, if me and you are good friends in the league and we play on the same team, it's not an issue with me. And then we play on other teams, I'm going at you because I know in the offseason we're going to talk shit amongst each other about who did what.
If I'm in the league and I'm playing, I'd rather not play on a super loaded team. It's just me. I would rather get my uses out on a different type of squad. As a competitor.
As a competitor, bro,
I would like to play on a good team, not a trashy team.
If you can play on a super loaded team and still get yours, what does that say about you?
But I want to go at these bulls. We supposed to be the best.
I want to play against the super teams. I don't want to be on the super teams.
Okay, now let's say, what if your team is a regular team and they make a trade in the draft pick and boom, you're instantly a super team. Do you leave that team there?
No.
So
that's organic.
I don't care. You say you're a super team.
That's organic.
So it's a stipulation.
No, what I'm talking about is dudes is coming into the NBA, right? They playing their rookie contract out, and then they going all the joint one.
Let's say you a rookie and you get drafted by a team like Golden State where they off 3 or 4 championships. Do you say, as soon as my contract up, I'm out of here, or I want to stay because you coming right into a super team?
No, I'm gonna stay because I know them niggas getting old.
Okay, but they're loaded.
And eventually it's gonna be my team.
But they're loaded at the time. When your 4 years is up, they're still loaded.
Yeah, but in them 4 years, the way I'm looking at it is, in them 4 years, their time is gonna be up.
No, their time ain't gonna be up. Niggas is playing to 35 now.
Let me tell you how the game is. The game is completely fooling people like AAU basketball, right? Let's take, for instance, Jamal Murray. When healthy, he may arguably be top 5 point guard, right? He played on the high school basketball team with Thon Maker. Thon Maker was the #1 recruit in the league, right? Thon Maker ain't in the league right now.
That don't mean he's not no good, though.
Time out. Let me do you one better. Jamal Murray played on the same team as Zion Williamson. He didn't even get scholarship offers. How many years they in the league now? It's arguably, to me, Jamal Murray is better than Zion Williamson.
Yeah, right now, yes.
Yep.
But what does that mean, though?
It means AAU ball. That way,
you can look at college ball like that too. Some niggas don't get the certain opportunities. But like, for example, look at Westbrook when he played for UCLA. He averaged like 8 points or some shit like that.
Right.
Look how he took off when he got to the league because he had more opportunity.
Yeah, well, he didn't have opportunity because when he came in the league, when he came to UCLA, he was still playing behind Collison, Aaron Afalo, and all of that. But even with that now, with college now, you starting to see where all the top recruits is going to the same school.
Yep.
But that's not new. It's been like that.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
Duke, North Carolina.
Nah, not all of them. What I'm saying is, at one time or another, Chris Webber and the boys at Michigan set a precedent where top recruits all went to one school. What I'm saying is now you got teams that each year they get 6, 7 of the top 20.
Look at North Carolina with Mike Jordan and all them dudes. They had niggas like Sam Perkins, Ainsworth. They had all types of dudes. This is not new.
Nah, bro.
That's why they are the schools that they are, because they get the #1 recruits. Look at Duke every fucking year.
Nah, bro. And even with Duke, though, with that being said about Duke, like, most dudes that come in the league from Duke be duds.
Kentucky, Kansas, teams like that.
All them teams that you naming usually be having duds on their team.
Nah,
Kansas, if you look at Kansas the last couple years, the Twins probably the best people that came out of Kansas.
Okay, what about Kentucky?
What about them? A lot of them niggas is... Devin Booker, yeah, you right. Kentucky a little bit more spread out, but I'm saying like Duke, North Carolina definitely duds. Everybody.
I would say more Duke guys than North Carolina.
North Carolina too. Name the last dude that came from North Carolina that was nice. They give you dudes like Danny Green and them dudes, like good role players. Ed Davis, dudes like John Henson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's like, once they come, Harrison Barnes, he went to North Carolina. He ain't live up to the hype.
He didn't have no hype in my opinion. He is what he is.
No, he was like top boy though that year coming out of school. But I'm just saying, what you think it ruined it, John?
I'm gonna look at it from a different perspective. That somebody like, I don't know if y'all looked at it this way. I think like AAU to me is doing too much. I think it's a big monetary risk, not unless you're going to fund your kid to get in this program. Because the biggest benefit of playing AAU is to be seen by like these number one college recruits. And I don't know if it really devaluizes or doesn't give as much light to high school basketball. Because, I mean, growing up, there was leagues that you could play around the hood. I mean, when I was growing up, the Sunny Hill League, YMCA, Salvation Army League. There's plenty of leagues. There's the high school leagues now. There's plenty of leagues that you could do. I don't know. I just think it also puts a burden also on the parents, too. You got to look at these kids do this from spring to fall. So... like, you gotta realize, like, it puts a hard stress, like, on the parents, the kids, because, like, that's a constant year-round, like...
But the parents ain't gotta do shit.
Yeah, the parents ain't gotta do nothing.
But it kicks it, I mean, it's a lot of support that they gotta...
We from Philly,
and money,
it's
a lot of money that you gotta do.
The basketball league does not get any fucking recruiting whatsoever, and we have some of the best talent in the United States. Dudes like Omar Thompson, Omar Williams, dudes like that, who were good in the pub, like Manshot when Williams won they won the championship with Mansion. He was one of the best players in the pub.
Who, OT you said?
Yeah, OT.
Yeah.
He ain't get no recruit. I think he had to go to a prep school, then a junior college, then overseas. Like, come on, man. A lot of dudes don't get enough light, so them type of leagues help niggas get seen.
Why do you think that is, though?
Why the pub don't get no
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know, a lot of dudes go to Catholic schools in the counties to get a little bit of light. Like dudes like Rasul Butler.
I mean, well, now it changed, though, now with charter school. Once charter schools came into play, it like totally changed. Because even I had the conversation, I think, with you, John. And I was like, damn, it's like Imhotep is the new Simon Gratz. You know what I mean? The way Gratz was.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think when the benefit of AAU is that you actually get to play people everywhere, other than being pigeonholed to only play.
I mean, and you get good competition. I will admit that.
Yeah, because if somebody's coming to see a guy like Zion, and I go in and I give out gas,
I will admit that.
And they come to see me, that means they gonna start watching.
Because even like when I was watching Kevin Garnett on a podcast, and he was talking about, and I think I was watching him on your joint, $1 Million Worth of Game. And I think they asked him about the year Rasheed Wallace and them was in school, and he was like, yeah, they was a powerhouse that year, but they was, top team too. So he was like, yeah, Sheed and them was mean that year, but when you go back then, even though teams wasn't in high school, like even now, high school teams be loaded. Like AAU teams, like everybody go to one school.
They get all the best people from each conference in whatever high school.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I just think competitive wise, it just took away a lot.
I don't think that way because think about it. Barkley and Jordan were great friends, but in that championship, they went at each other.
I'm not talking about the friendship thing. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is nowadays, even though they were great friends, right? They didn't never play together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Jordan had to earn his time at North Carolina. Jordan became a killer by hitting that shot. You know what I mean? And he became accustomed to it. What I'm saying is, if all three of us right now in the 12th grade, and we all average 25, and we all nice as shit, we blowing everybody out. When a game is on the line, who takes the last shot?
Whoever got the best option to take the last shot.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, when you play on them regular teams, you get this instilled in you, a killer mentality.
Nah,
what you do?
Killer got to be in you.
It got to. What I'm saying is, you never. If all three of us average 25 and we blowing everybody out, when we get in the NBA, we don't know what type killers we are. When we get to college, no, we don't.
I do.
We never been in that situation.
I do. I don't give a fuck if you blow everybody out every game, every year. you still know what type of nigga you is, because even though you blowing dudes out, there's still somebody on a bum ass team with a nigga that's gonna give you the gas on the other end. So
we're not talking about giving you gas. What we talking about is how many times we see a lot of these newer cats disappear when the game is on the line.
That ain't new though. Niggas disappear for years.
No, it ain't new. But what I'm saying is it happens more often than not. It happens more often than not. What I'm saying is, even if you take somebody like Bron, game on the line, he's a killer as a passer, decision maker. He's a killer, right?
Yep.
Shooter, I'll live with it, right? You're not going to say that about Mike. You're not going to say that. You're going like, I'm not going to let Mike get that shot. I'm going to try to beat him to a spot. I'm trying not. What I'm saying is you don't have that no more because these dudes, it come from being young. You got at some point you was nice, and at some point you was better than that. Once you start playing with everybody else, I think it taints everything. Me personally.
Nah, I don't think so.
But skill-wise, you will get better. You will get more exposure. You won't get pigeonholed and all of that. But
look at it like this. If you playing on a bum-ass team and you the best player your whole time, you're used to getting certain things certain ways. And then when you get to the league where you're not going to be the best player, that shit might fuck you up because you're so used to being the man. And then you get in the league and then you see that you really ain't the man. At least if you playing with other killers, you can see what type of player you are.
my thing is this. If you're the best player, you shouldn't have... If I'm the best player in Pennsylvania, I shouldn't have to be on an AAU team that has the best player from California and the best player from Michigan.
You're not looking at you might be the best player in Pennsylvania, but what if everybody in Pennsylvania just ain't shit? And you ain't shit either.
Nah,
you just
bro.
slightly above these other ain't shit niggas. And then you come to a
You
league
not
where
gonna
some
know
killers.
that.
That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna know till you run into some killers.
You're not going to know that. What I'm saying is you're not going to know that when you're playing on a loaded team. You're not going to know that.
Saying, but listen, yes, you will know that because if you could play on a low team and still get yours, that shows you the type of dude you is. If you play on a bum ass team and you taking all the shots, you don't know how good you really are.
I'm not even saying a bum ass team. What I'm saying is I can respect dude right here. He's number 1 12th grader in Pennsylvania. His teammate is the 9th best power forward out Milwaukee. His small forward is the 18th. I can respect the organic team like that other than he number 1 in Pennsylvania. He the 2nd best player in New York. He the best player in the whole Massachusetts. Like, to me, it's a difference where that guy that plays on the team with the 9th best power forward and all of them guys... Because we got to look at it. Coming into high school, that shit is just ranks. It's just somebody else's opinion on how good they think they were selling it to us. When they selling it to us, you know what I mean? That's how they rank these guys. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that guy right there can be just as good as those guys and be more of a dog. For instance, Ja Morant, again, he's a dog. He's a dog and was looked over. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm just saying, even with that, a lot of the dudes this bust nowadays was like the best dudes.
Well, let me give you this. Let me use this example. Think about a dude that came straight from high school. And we had this conversation that was gassing the whole high school league because he's bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody else because the rest of them dudes ain't shit. No, not Kobe, because Kobe was the shit. But I'm talking about, I'm going to finish. A nigga's dominant in high school basketball, but when he get in the league, he ain't shit because he hasn't played against any killers when coming up. So he thought he was the shit, but he really wasn't.
Right. What I'm saying is, well, high school is, you can't judge high school because they kids. But what I'm saying is, when you watch them, if you go back and look at the episode, and then did you go back and watch that Dwight Howard game that was on ESPN his 12th grade year? No. You go back and watch that game, you can tell. The whole game is up on YouTube. His 12th grade year when they did the whole promo for him that year because he was supposed to be the best kid in high school. But what I'm saying is, when you go back and watch that shit, you can tell. He just bigger than everybody.
That's the point I've been making about these bum ass niggas.
But I'm saying that's what it was for. That's what I mean by sold to us. When I say sold to us, like everybody saying he
you can't use that sold to us on everybody you use it on. Some of them dudes you can, but if they come in the league and still produce, you can't say that they were sold to us because they actually doing what they supposed to do.
They allow you. I don't
know, man. But what?
I don't know. I still think these franchises they have a say so. They have a little push. They have a more of a say on who has a green light to take what shots and what plays are designed for who. So I don't know. I think it opens doors for them to pinpoint who they might want to.
What I'm saying is everybody at this table played basketball, and everybody knows the one thing that every coach will tell you is there's only one basketball. Everybody can't score the basketball. So if we all come to this team and we all average 25 in high school, that doesn't mean we gonna all have a green light in college. And that's where the shit get misconstrued. Just because you might have shot 64% from 3-point range, we think Vito, because he a little bit taller and he a little bit more husky and athletic, we think he should be our number one option. You see what I'm saying? So what we want you to work on more is your defense. And boom, just like that. That's how you went from balling high school to a role player in college to riding into somebody bench in the NBA.
All right, well, look at it on the flip side. Remember how you were saying everybody in the league got game?
Yes.
We could look at the AAU side of things of how I say everybody in the league ain't got game. Because, like I said, you could be on a AAU team with a whole bunch of killers and y'all winning, killing shit, and you along for the ride. You might get pedestrian buckets like 6 to 8 points every now and then, and that shit might even help you get drafted. But that mean you got game. That mean you just was under the spotlight on a team that had a whole bunch of killers on it, and they like what they seen from you. But you could have snuck in the league, because there's plenty of dudes that sneak in the league.
I think.
That ain't got
Bro, Zion.
What about Eddie Curry?
What about him?
You think he snuck in the league?
No, you know how he got in the league? He came straight from high school.
High school, yeah.
He was bigger and stronger. He was dominating little motherfuckers.
And I was gonna say him. And what about what's the Jonathan Bender?
Jonathan Bender.
Jonathan
Bender actually had a game though.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he actually had a game.
He got hurt.
But Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler, he gets a pass because he had a good career and he actually was a solid defender.
Bro, whenever you ask me next time what my definition of being sold to us is, I'm just gonna say Zion Williamson. Time out. Let me finish. I'm not saying
I will not let you finish.
Zion Williamson has been the number one kid in his class since like at least 7th grade.
Okay.
And he played with Jamal Murray, who didn't get no fucking scholarship offers at all.
Maybe Ja was at the
no.
And wait. I'm gonna have to get the gavel on this one.
Everybody comes into their own at a different time.
No, stop, bro. Stop, because time out. Even he went to Duke. Ja Morant went to his school and all of that. Even people said Ja Morant should have came out after his freshman year. And he stayed one more year to polish his game. So that means to tell me that he was the shit from the gun bust.
Not if he had to stay. If he thought himself, I'm going to stay to polish my game.
No, he wanted to polish his game. What
That
I'm
means
saying, the scout said he was good enough to be a
How
top 10
many times
pick.
do the scouts say that and niggas don't be shit when they get in the league?
But they didn't get this one wrong.
No,
But I had to bring these gavels out because it's something I said early in episodes before, and I had to stand by this, and I must have been nuts in my head, Paul, to even think that I would put Zion now above Julius Randle.
Oh yeah,
I would.
No.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
That's why I brought the gavels in, because I had to make it official.
You switching up?
I have to. I had to make it public. Yeah. Julius Randle is bull.
Thank you.
I'm going Zion.
No,
Yeah,
we had to bring up Zion. I forgot about that, people. I was like, what am I thinking?
Why do you go Julius Randle over Zion?
Because Julius Randle, he's polished. He has
All
like
right.
it's
Since
very
when, though?
it's very Since like
Since
recently,
he got
he's
to the
just,
Knicks, exactly. That means he's been in the league about 12 fucking years.
It don't matter.
yeah, but the crazy
God.
part, it don't matter who they're playing. He is very few flaws in this game right now
No,
for
that's
him.
cool. That's not true. I'm
And
not saying-
him as a big man in
I'm
his
not
position, he has
Listen, bro.
he has a jump shot. He has a drive. He has a pull. He can do.
Listen, bro.
Yo, he's
Zion
great at
can't
rebound,
make
great at
That's
putbacks.
his only
weight.
setback.
Zion can't make weight, bro.
Only setback.
That's not his only
Yes, it
setback.
is.
That's
All
just the
let's do
beginning.
this. Because I remember you always say since the 10th grade, he averaged what, like 20-something points in 10th grade? He
Yeah.
averaged 20-something points in the league.
That's
Yes.
and he's doing the same exact thing.
And this is your
that
helping-
he
you
did.
know, it's crazy that you don't even see how him argument. If he could do the same thing since high school and do the same thing in the league and still average 26 points,
The league is soft.
I
Pause.
don't-
How many
that's not
times
his
has we-
fault.
Yo,
What you
Bro,
talking about? Well, if it's soft for him, it's soft for everybody. Everybody don't average 26 points.
everybody wasn't sold to us. Everybody wasn't
Okay.
given the green
But it's a
light.
lot of dudes that wasn't sold to us that still get busy. That's
More
not
than him.
Okay, it's dudes that get busy more than him.
Even
That's not
Ja,
him.
right?
That wasn't sold to us. Yeah, currently, Ja get more busy than him. It wasn't sold to us. So that means nothing.
Yes, it means we gotta stop listening to what ESPN tells
You
us.
gotta
that
use your
who's-
eyes.
Yes,
Zion
and if you use
gets
your
Yeah.
eyes.
busy.
yes.
Yes, at the buffet line.
Yeah, that too. But look what he do when he get on the court. Nobody average more
When
points
the
than that
last
in the
time
paint.
he been in the
I'm
court?
talking about when he's on
He
the court.
only score. That's the only place he gets scores in.
On the paint.
What the fuck?
Okay, and that's the point I'm making. If you know he only can get buckets in the paint and you still can't stop it,
Listen.
that goes to show how
But
good he is.
Julius Randle's
Julius Randle
Time
shoot
out.
jump shots,
Can
he
I-
shoot trades, and
can-
I think Zion.
and he's great at putback. Like they
Time out.
can't stop him in the paint
Before
this year.
Zion averaged more points than Julius Randle.
Before we go to the next
Right.
topic, right? Can I end it off like this?
Mm.
Case closed. If you want to know that AAU basketball ruined
Did it?
basketball, AAU did it ruin basketball? If you want to know, all you gotta do is look at people like Thon Maker, Zion Williamson.
Yeah, Thom Hager. Giannis like, get him out of here.
Come on.
You're
I'm
naming
just saying.
one example of a nigga who didn't live up to the hype, but think about all the other dudes like Anthony Davis and all them type of dudes.
So
that played.
Zion is living up to the hype.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
How is he not? What is he not doing that he was expected to do? Is when he plays.
He's not playing.
When he plays.
Bro, you talk about a nigga that was playing, and we talking about since the 10th grade. He wasn't missing games
When
like
he
that.
plays is the question I asked.
Right.
What is he not
So
living up to?
let me tell you this, right? Your body, the more you do on the court, your body take a wear and tear on you, right?
Yep.
That nigga was playing all through high school. Why? Because he was playing on these loaded teams where they was better than everybody.
Who else was on his high school
Listen,
team,
yeah.
y'all?
time out. Let me finish.
Come on, man.
Now when it listen, he got hurt in Duke. When the competition level raised and you got to do a little bit more, and you overweight,
He was
Who
280
was on his
before.
high school team?
He's clear. I know he's over 300 now.
he over. You
He
ain't
over.
see the joint where they was bidding off him, shacking up.
Yeah, it looked like them two had a baby. Yeah, shit don't lie.
Come on, man. Zion averaged 25 points last year.
Yeah, last year. my nigga.
He barely
He not the, he
months
not
into
the
the
same
season.
person either.
We 2
Why?
months into the season, Vito. You got to get with it.
Come on, man.
What else we got
He
going
averaged
on, man?
25 and 7. Come on, man.
Listen, now that you say that though, what's your
Three.
thoughts? KG also said that a lot of the rule changes was made in the NBA to help the European players. What's your thoughts on that real
Say
quick?
that again?
KG said that a lot of the rule changes in the NBA came to help benefit the European players to help them play in the league. The no hand check and the allowing you to play zone defense. Things of that nature. Do you agree?
I agree because look at it because it was just like they just poured into the league. It was just all of a sudden after you next thing you know it's just the league is like has
You know
a lot
why? You know why I agree?
why?
Because I'm trying to think of how many years ago it was when it used to be like the stigma that every big man from the Euro League only shot jumpers. Remember when that was a stigma? Like Bargnani and all when
They go all shoot.
all shooters, they wouldn't bang
Bogdanovich,
down low. None of them would bang down low.
You just
They
know
was
them as
all
shooters.
right? And now the whole NBA is like that. Every big man. It don't matter if you from overseas or not. So I do. When you really look at the game, it does look more Euro-ish these days.
I wouldn't know. Like KG probably would know better than us because he played in the league. But it is what it is.
Yeah, like guys like.
But even back then, like I think I told Tone that one episode, it's always been Euro. Drazen Petrovic and all them dudes, they could play back in the day.
Yeah.
They wasn't top boys like that and all that because you could get physical and rough them niggas up. You can't do that now with these new guys. And so it make them look a little bit.
But at the end of the day, if you can't rough them up, you can't rough the other guys up either. So
right. The game got
both ways.
yes, the game got solved, but it wasn't to benefit everybody else. It was.
But
to get the
it's a
game
lot
to
more
go
overseas players that I just think that at a high rate, all of a sudden just started.
They come
playing.
out every year.
Yep.
Every year.
But let's not get it fucked up. Like, they ain't sending talent over here.
Let's not get it fucked up neither, right? We can go this whole college season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And about a month or two before the draft, they're going to out of nowhere, this motherfucker going to pop up from over the Euro League somewhere where he's projected to be a top 3 pick. And you be like, where the fuck did he come from?
In the last couple of years, some of the top players in the league are European players. Oh, well,
Luka, that's it.
Greek Freak. Fuck you talking about?
Oh, yeah, Greek Freak. Yeah. Greek Freak. My bad. Pardon me. But that's it.
What about all the Canadian players? You be forgetting that they from Canada, but
Jamal and them is
it's a
okay,
lot of
but they ain't. Yeah, they okay. Like Euro players is okay.
Well, Jamal, one of the top dudes in the league as far as guards.
Yeah, he is. Now he like top 10. For sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it's always been monsters from the Euro.
Yeah, they just didn't get the shine they get that.
Yeah, because they had to soften the game up for them.
I
believe that shit.
I believe you. If you good enough, you can adjust.
What's your thoughts, people? Let us know. KG said NBA changed the rules to help benefit the European players. Y'all agree? What else we got, John?
I was going to try to touch base on what y'all think. If y'all think it was just what the NFL did, what's y'all feelings on?
Hell no.
On the Antonio Brown suspension in the NFL with the COVID protocol?
What was Aaron Rodgers? What did they do?
I definitely wanted to touch base on that. Aaron Rodgers is
nothing to Aaron Rodgers.
They didn't crucify him like they're doing Antonio Brown.
He missed games though, a game, right? At least one.
Yeah, he gets
because he was sick. Right?
Oh, so he missed game due to COVID protocol.
Yeah.
So
he didn't get penalized.
He had COVID or some shit.
Oh,
right?
okay. So he didn't get penalized.
Nah, he didn't get no suspension or nothing.
NFL's out of pocket for that shit.
NFL out of pocket. What's your thoughts, John? Go ahead, look. You done woke the black brother up.
No, I just think you could tell what's going to happen from this. I mean, Antonio Brown, you already know he's controversial, but I mean, I think it's showing a message to the black players like, yo, he kind of opened up a door, he kind of like messed it up for everybody else. He messed it up.
Antonio Brown is a dickhead.
He messed it up for all the other brothers in the league.
Why is he a dickhead but Aaron Rodgers not a dickhead?
Because
what do you mean, bro? Aaron, listen.
He ran his mouth when he should have just kept his mouth shut. And then if he would have kept his mouth shut, that would have saved all the brothers. And then,
he's not a dickhead,
but what they're doing to Antonio Brown, they're sending a message to let them brothers know in the NFL that they not gonna, that shit ain't gonna fly,
bro. Listen, what I'm going to tell you, bro. You think Antonio, he's a dickhead because you think Antonio Brown the only nigga in the NFL that has a fake COVID card?
He ain't the only one.
I know he's a dickhead.
You know what I mean?
That's
he just drew all the heat on everybody.
Red flags, they pulling out the microscopes now. They looking into the shit.
Listen to what I'm going to tell you. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. This don't got nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers or nothing. This nigga is a dickhead because if they start going back and researching that, this nigga done jeopardized half the league probably, bro. He got it hot as shit. Like I told John, imagine you woke up the next morning and you read that shit and you got a fake COVID card. And you like, he did what? Over 10 bands? Like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. Like, what? Why don't Antonio Brown like paying his debts? Every time he got a problem, it's because he paid somebody their money that
he should have paid that hush money, bro. Like, because you was dumb enough to say it, now you got to pay it. But now, since you ain't paid, you messed it up for all the other brothers in the league.
think, like you said, for 10 bands.
And NFL ain't gonna play
$10.
that. They ain't gonna play that shit with their black folks.
No,
man.
you know why it's gonna
They'll
be
let
bad?
that.
You know why it's gonna be bad? Because they said Tampa Bay went on record and was like, we 100% vaccinated. That's for the gun bust. Then what they said is, they let players from Tampa Bay just send them in the pictures of their vaccination card.
Yep.
So that shit, before it kicked back on the franchise, because this is a business,
Yep.
he gonna be the example.
And I think now
They gonna suspend him. He gonna come back. They probably gonna cut him.
But why don't they cut Aaron Rodgers? Because their team said we're 100% vaccinated, but they knew he wasn't.
They knew he wasn't. What I'm saying is it different from we in cahoots together from you bamboozled everybody.
But you know the only reason why they were able to be in cahoots together? Because Antonio Brown is on the way down and Aaron Rodgers still is the shit. If Aaron Rodgers was Andy Dalton, that nigga would have been the fuck out of here.
So, question: do you think Antonio Brown's Hall of Fame? Yep.
No.
No.
Okay.
Especially.
Listen, you know what I noticed though about receivers that play for the Steelers? They look good for the Steelers for some reason, and when they leave, they look regular.
Yeah. They all, not just their receivers, they whole fucking team be like the same. They always got the same type running backs. You know what I mean? And some type of wide receiver that will remind you of Hans Ward every time. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I just think, man, I just hope and pray that if the NFL start doing research, none of these guys.
They're gonna get.
I hope none of these guys don't got no fake joints.
It depends on how good
No.
you are. If you're a regular nigga,
Man,
you
no.
good.
But it got bad though because
they gonna let it slide.
because
Wow.
after this situation, they let the media say, you know what, get him. Who went after him? Stephen A. Smith.
Derrick Henry got
Stephen
found
A.
with a
Smith
fake
couldn't
card,
couldn't wait to get on him.
Nah, bro.
Derrick Henry get found with a fake card, they gonna let it slide.
Who?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry from the
Russell
Titans.
Wilson, niggas like that. Yeah, if you the
Maybe
shit,
Russell.
Oh, you
they
said
gonna let it
if
slide.
they
No.
They gonna let it slide. Yeah. When you let go, they let that shit slide.
Bro, they not gonna let that shit slide.
Crazy.
Listen,
Pete Carroll is
Listen.
not having that shit.
listen. Everything is sold to us through sports.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't watch a basketball game right now without seeing vaccination shots and why everybody should take them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this true, Vito? Because you look emotionless.
Nah, I don't know. Well, that's only for the goofy niggas that fall for that shit.
No, but what I'm saying is there are protocols to sell stuff to us while the game is on, right?
Mm-hmm.
This shit ain't nothing but some shit that's going to trickle down into the real world. To the real world, because with real employers is going to start doing and saying, well, if they can hold these athletes that's making all this money to this standard now, we got to go back and start doing X, Y, Z, and that shit going to get tight.
Yep.
It's going to get tight, bro.
Like they say, if you have over 100 employees, you got to get it. But at the end of the day, that shit ain't gonna work.
No, I don't know, because people that did get that fake vaccine card, I think they sweating.
Bro, if
sweat.
these jobs start going to verify these vaccine cards, bro, you got to be shitting me. The unemployment rate gonna go. You never gonna be able to get on the unemployment
You're right.
rate. You
This
got
is
to
my
be
thing.
shitting me.
Think about this. If they check all these cards and all these people who shit is fake, they can't get rid of all these people.
Shit, yes
Yeah,
they
I don't
can.
know.
Fuck, they can.
They've been
think
let-
they got job fairs and all that for,
That shit
bro?
don't fucking.
Yeah,
How many
alright.
job fairs you been to and you
Yeah,
ain't get that
alright.
fucking job?
Yeah, because they don't need people. I'm talking
But
about
now,
what they
alright, let me
need.
give you an example. I'm a truck driver.
Right.
You know the truck job is one of the most in-demand jobs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If they tried that mandate and all the dudes said, I ain't getting it, guess what's going to happen to that mandate? They're going to say, fuck it. Because they need truck drivers. So it depends on the supply and
I
demand.
don't know.
Bro, listen to what I'm telling you. When it really get like that, they not gonna say fuck it, bro. I'm telling you. They gonna say destroy and rebuild, bro.
That's not going to work.
I'm
Listen,
telling
there's
you.
dudes at my job that crash vehicles, get high. You ain't supposed to be able to do none of that shit. And they still keep
Listen to
moving
what
on
I'm
because
gonna
they
tell
need
you.
drivers.
You know what I'm gonna tell you, right? And this is the realest shit I can ever tell you. You know how they always say a convict comes home from prison and can't get a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they start going to this shit and having to watch how many motherfuckers that was in these jails that was mandated that they may get the vaccine. Watch how many of these motherfuckers get jobs, bro. To fill these spots up. And they gonna pay them way less than they was paying the niggas they fired. Believe that.
Listen to what I'm saying.
It's a movie.
I was just about to say that.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
All this shit is
Think about it. If all the truck drivers that don't have it got fired, think about how much the stores, like for example, a store like Wawa, most of their shit come through in the truck.
Right.
If they go a whole week without getting no deliveries, you think how much money they gonna lose? Think about the people that like the stockholders and all that shit. They gonna make
I think it's gonna get around to them.
Let me ask you this, right? Hold on. You think it's gonna get around to them, right?
Yep.
Think like a business, right? Think like a GM or a owner of anything, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to get rid of everybody until you got a backup plan in place, right? So don't get it confused, my nigga, where they going to come in one day and just fire everybody. No, they going to have that shit in order already.
When you first come to a job, don't you got to be trained?
Yes.
Okay. You gotta have the staff to be able to train these dudes. So it's a process to even get to where
because
you're ready to even start working.
Because you're gonna have those times that are gonna stick around at that job that's gonna get that vaccine that's gonna be there to train those other guys that just took that stand.
All right, let me ask you this question: if you fire 100 niggas, how many and you keep 20, 30, how the fuck you gonna be able to train 100 more niggas?
Time out. You don't never really see jobs lay off. That's not how they gonna do it. They gonna start cutting motherfuckers, and they not even gonna tell you why they cutting you. They gonna make it look like they laying you off at first. They gonna run their movie. You gonna think that they done brung temps in or some shit.
Look at it like this: who pays for unemployment?
Like the taxpayers.
Okay. Do you think that they gonna be having millions and millions? Look how the shit was with this COVID shit. That's gonna be doubled.
That's where you getting it wrong at, my nigga. Once you falsify that information, that's gonna knock you off of the unemployment list. They not gonna pay you unemployment after you done falsified documents. That's their reason that, bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. They not gonna pay you for that shit. You done lost a double.
No, listen, it's dude, fuck the falsifying the document. It's dudes that just don't have it in certain jobs. Because every job doesn't demand it.
Yeah, no, every job don't demand it. What I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So if they start that mandate, all they do is
no, I'm not saying if they. What I'm saying is I'm saying at the jobs that already started the mandate, if they start going into people shit.
And also, this is my thing. When I sign on to the job, if I sign a contract and that is not in the contract, how the fuck can you force me to do something that is not in my contract? That's a breach of contract, in my opinion.
They gonna be like, all
right, that's terms to sue. If you breach a contract, you can sue somebody. So think how many lawsuits gonna be popping off.
Yeah, but Vito, I'm not talking about dudes that's denying getting the vaccine. I'm saying if these jobs that mandated you get the vaccine, start going to the employments of the workers. They start going through all the workers' files that got the vaccine, and they start verifying. The niggas that falsified, that just got the fake card but didn't really get the vaccine, they ain't gonna get them niggas out of there, and they not gonna get no unemployment, bro.
That remains to be seen.
They're not gonna get no unemployment. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're not.
That's gonna be the whole movie. Yeah. You falsified documents.
Okay, so what about the motherfuckers who own the business who mandated and don't even have the vaccine themselves?
That's wicked.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about that. That's wicked. You know what I mean? But yeah. You got anything else on that, John?
I mean, no. I just like you were saying. I just think this shit's all a movie. I mean,
it is.
Like, and if a company didn't have the employees do it yet, I mean, I just think it's like a round robin table. It's just a matter of time before they get around to that company.
Right.
I mean,
that's why I even say with Antonio Brown. That's why I said this time around, his career, the Tampa Bay cut him, his career over. Ain't nobody else gonna pick him up.
No.
It's a wrap. that shit over. But I do believe, because we got a new variant that just hit the city.
Yeah, Omicron.
It's gonna come a point in time where every job is gonna mandate the vaccine
or the boosters. Yeah.
Job,
I'm thinking that they're going to make even the ones that got vaccinated. I think with this Omicron, they're going to force them to get that booster that they're recommended for this.
Yeah, because even with the vaccine, you can still get the shit. So
See, that's what I'm saying. So why? I don't understand. What's the where's the free choice? You get the vaccine, you still get it. I don't know. I just don't see where the shit adds up at.
And like I said, I don't believe that every job. I don't believe they can do that. They can't, man. I don't believe they can mandate every type of job because it's some jobs, like I said, like the shit I do.
You a conspiracy theorist, right?
No, I'm just saying. Yes, I am. But
are
I
you?
believe
Yes or no?
Yes,
Are you?
yes, absolutely.
So then you know they can do whatever.
No, I'm not saying I don't. I know they can try, but I'm talking about like as far as certain jobs that if dudes say either or and dudes say I'm cool, like you know how much that would affect other companies where they like, yo, fuck that, bring them dudes back. We need them. Where's for us to be able to get our
but you talking about if Vito, we already seen this shit happen. Once jobs start mandating that shit,
certain jobs.
And how many motherfuckers you
like
see break down and went and got that shit.
But it's only specific jobs. Niggas like they work at the hospital and shit like that. They can't do that for transportation, dog. It's impossible. There's too many people, and they still need. I seen something that said there's 200,000 less drivers now this year than it was last year.
Yeah.
So imagine if they do that mandate shit, and all the motherfuckers that don't believe in that shit say fuck it. Then they're gonna have even less.
Let me tell you this next movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the car called that drive themselves? The Tesla.
Yeah.
Fuck you think the truck ain't coming next? You better
No.
stop. You ain't replacing this nigga.
Alright,
The truck is coming next.
okay, let me ask you this. How the fuck is they gonna get that shit off the truck?
What you mean? That shit coming? You ain't seen videos of the little robots? They got the robots that
You know the Tesla, did you see the Tesla that when the drop itself burnt up and banged out,
Yeah,
right?
they banged out.
They not trusting on them fucking trucks. That's 20 to 30 years down the line.
It's coming, bro.
Yeah, 20 to 30 years down the line. Not no time soon. Them trucks is 80,000 pounds when they loaded. What the fuck? They not trusting no robot to drive no fucking truck.
We shall see, baby.
Yeah, it's a movie.
We shall see, because I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna play out, right? Before, cause we headed towards the trucks and all that going to drive themselves. And then we going to the Jetson days, baby. That's
decades down the line.
Yeah, the Jetsons age is decades down the line. But my nigga, about 10 years, you keep thinking you irreplaceable.
No.
In about 10 years, motherfucking tractor trailer gonna be riding next to you on the E-Way.
If that's the case, then that shit would be not just the tractor trailers. All the cars would be fucking driven by that.
Again, I said, it's coming.
They
But
wait.
you got old school motherfuckers that don't believe in that shit. They ain't going for that shit.
I don't know.
Nah.
Them old school owners ain't going for that shit, man.
See, and you know what's the sad part? Like how people hear about COVID or they see all this on TV, whether they read about it. All this shit is like put through the media. And here's a fun fact that through all the media is only ran by 6 companies. And you don't think that those 6 companies know each other. And through all this right now with all this COVID, who's making the most money? Like these Pfizer's, the Johnson & Johnson, all these pharmaceutical companies is booming right now. And who funded and started all that shit in the beginning? The Rockefellers.
See, we need to get 2 extra shows on the podcast. We need them. I'm black, y'all.
I'm just saying, y'all.
And we need a conspiracy show once a week.
All I'm saying is these conspiracies don't come from nowhere.
I'm just saying, my good brother. So listen, let me ask y'all something, right? Vito, I know you say chips don't mean shit.
They don't.
They don't mean shit. Right, so when I watched this KG interview, the way I seen him talking about Dirk on a couple of situations.
Oh, what was he saying about Dirk?
Basically, he said that the NBA, the way the NBA was ran, it was
He was sold to us.
Not basically, yeah, that's basically,
he was sold to us.
That's what Dirk was. I mean, that's what KG said.
And basically, KG was saying
because you don't remember when Dallas played Minnesota in the playoffs. when Dirk was gassing KD, banging on him and everything. Yeah, you better.
But he said basically, oh yeah, speaking of that, it's a couple of things that's interesting here, right? That same interview, he said that first thing he said with the trade to Boston, he said it was 3 deals on the table. He had the final say on it. No, it was 2 deals on it. Golden State, and that was the year Golden State knocked Dallas off when they had Baron Davis and all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was the Boston deal. He said the Boston deal originally came to him before they got Ray Allen. He said he kind of told Paul he didn't want to go to Boston. He was trying to go to LA to play with Kobe. He said if he get word from Kobe, Minnesota going to make the trade happen. Kobe never get back to him. In the process of that, he run into Paul Pierce, blah, blah, blah. Paul Pierce selling him on coming. He went there. But also, in that interview, he said that same year, the Golden State knocked Dallas off. He said before that year, the MVP was always determined after the first round of the NBA playoffs. He said that year, being as though Dallas got knocked off, that was the first year ever that even though the team got knocked off in the first round, they still gave Dirk the MVP. So they basically joked about it, basically like he shouldn't have won the MVP that year. It was bullshit, blah, blah, blah. That's when he get into the rule changes, blah, blah, blah. My question to y'all is, because I know you say rings don't matter. KG said one of the reasons he wanted out is he said every year he got tired of going to the playoffs, get knocked off in the first round. If KG don't leave Minnesota and Dirk doesn't run into LeBron and them and win that chip, are those guys still top 5 power forwards in your eyes?
Yes.
Yes, why?
All right, before I answer the yes, why, name your top 5 power forwards real quick.
My Garnett was 4, I believe. Garnett was 5. Dirk was 4. 3 was Barkley. 2 was Malone. 1 was Duncan.
Okay, that's why I asked, because Barkley and Malone don't have no chips and they're in the top 5.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but okay. What you got to say?
If that was the case, Dirk coming out that top 5 for me. I'm sorry, Kevin McHale taking a step in.
So
why?
Kevin McHale got more rings than Dirk.
Right.
I know, but I mean, if you take that ring away from Dirk, to me, in my eyes, because Kevin McHale, he was just bull. I would put him at like number 5 at that point.
Listen, because a lot of people do say that's one of the most impressive championships that Dirk won with that team against the Big Three.
Yes, don't get me wrong. That's impressive how he won it, but how he won it is through his game, how he was giving out the gas, how he was doing shit.
Right.
Even if he didn't win, he went to the championship, it still would have been impressive. That doesn't take away from how good he is. Because like I said, Kevin McHale got more rings than Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
So he got more accomplishments besides the MVP. But the fact that if you take that one ring away from Dirk, you will put Kevin McHale in front of him. I'm confused because, as we speak, Kevin got more rings than Dirk.
I understand.
I understand what you're saying too, but I mean, because it was like Dirk, he got game. I mean, and what he did against LeBron, that showed the world. But like he said, if that didn't happen, he wasn't able to showcase that ability that year. I wouldn't.
Okay, let's say all that happened, but they still lost their chip. You still put Kevin McHale over him?
No. Because he showed he was bull that year.
Okay, let me ask y'all a good question then, right? Let's just say, let's take the injuries away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tracy McGrady never gets hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he never makes it out the first round his whole career. Mm-hmm. Would he have been a top 5 shooting guard all time?
I still think he's a top 5 shooting guard.
Yeah. I'll put him up there.
Without getting out the first round?
Yes.
Without getting out?
Injuries and all that, yes.
You said with his injuries.
All the shit that comes with his career, his injuries, not getting out the first round.
I mean, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to ask you who's your top 5.
No, because that goes with like the Dirk theory. Like even if he didn't win, but we knew what Dirk was capable of, and like with T-Mac, we knew what he was capable of, and if he didn't get hurt, that's why he would be on my list.
Yeah, but
and let's not forget
we all knew he was bull.
in Houston with a half a back.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when we speak of what someone is capable of, do we mean getting buckets?
I mean, all around. He scored what 100 points in two seconds or something. I forget. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but like we're never ever going to see that again.
The best defensive team
ever. We're never ever going to see that again.
Right.
And
not to mention, he got 1 and 1 3, but 2. Matter of fact, 2 maybe 3 could have been and 1 3s.
We all knew he could bang with Kobe. Pause. And he was. We knew his potential out on the court. He was that dude.
Yes.
So again, you basically saying
off of skill.
If he didn't get hurt,
yep.
But he never made it out the first round, T-Mac would be a top 5 shooting.
No, I'm not saying that. Even with him being hurt.
I don't want to be too quick, but I right now
just off the top of the dome, you would say yeah. Because when you really look at it, a lot of people say it's scarce on shooting guards.
Okay, do you believe he's in the top 5?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
So who would be over him? I can only think of 3 right off the top. Kobe,
Dwayne,
Mike, and Wade.
Yeah.
That's it. Now don't get me wrong, it might be more, but I just only got to think of off the top.
Yeah, well, we're not going. We will come back to that.
Okay. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you got to think about it. Like I said,
we'll come
and the
back
fact
to
that you got to think about it, that should tell you.
What about AI?
Nah,
Is AI? Are we going to put AI as a 2? Because if we put AI as a 2, AI is not better than T-Mac, in my opinion.
without minus injuries, AI is not
better than T-Mac to me.
When Clay retires, you think he might be placed above T-Mac?
No.
As a shooting guard?
Clay might can go above T-Mac.
Not to me. Now, I'm a big Clay fan, but I don't think he's better than T-Mac.
Listen. Yo, stop. Listen. Who the hell brung T-Mac up? I did. Yeah. God damn, why the fuck I keep bringing T-Mac up, man?
Yeah, we brought T-Mac.
Yeah, we going. So you saying he would be top 5? Would they be top 5 still, or one of them would be?
He's like 5 or 6 in my list. So yeah, he definitely has a possibility of being the top 5.
He's top 5 right now to me.
If he did,
both of them.
Who?
You talking about? I would say KG and Dirk. You said both of them still top 5.
And T-Mac, yeah.
And T-Mac. So yeah, we're gonna come back to the T-Mac man at a later.
Both of y'all got. I'm sure both of y'all got Barkley and Malone.
Yeah.
Neither one of them dudes got no ring.
Yeah, but it's a difference.
Why?
Because listen to the question that I asked y'all.
Okay, let's hear it again.
See, sometimes y'all listen to some of the question, right? I said if he never made it out the first round. So what I'm saying is if Garnett never goes to goes to Boston and he keeps on, he's just exiting in the first round. Is he still top 5 ball? Okay. The reason why I say that is because he gets knocked off every year in the first round.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Why do you have Barkley and Malone in your top 5?
Because at the end of the day, Barkley went to a championship. Okay. Malone went to 2 championships. Okay. They made it past the first round.
So the only reason why you got him in your top because they made it past the first round? Because
as the top dog on the team.
Okay.
What I'm saying
that being said, I'm sure it's dudes out there at the power forward position that got rings.
Nobody that's top 5. What I'm saying is no way you top 5 in anybody's top 5 list at any position if at one time or another you would. Well, we talking top 5 9 times out of 10. You was the man. So if you never got your man out, your team out the first round, never, you cannot be top 5.
That's bullshit.
Never, you can't.
You get what you get because of your game, not how many games you
Bro,
win.
listen to what I'm telling you. No. You cannot be top 5.
All right, let me ask you this question: how do you get to the league?
Huh?
How do you get to the NBA?
By being nice.
Exactly. Not about how many wins your fucking college team got.
Listen, you know why I did? You know why I did the Mutombo wave, right?
Because you crazy.
You know why I did? Because Mutombo made it out the first round, and he wasn't the offensive ball. Even he made it out the first round.
That's because the
You
team
see what I'm
made it
saying?
out the first round.
No.
You might be on a bum ass team.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
You
Alright.
can't be top 5
Yes, you can.
if you never made it out.
All right, well,
the
how
first
was
round.
Kevin McHale not in the top 5 then? He got, what, 2 or 3 rings?
He got 2 or 3 rings, right?
So how was he in the top 5 over Barkley and Malone then if that's the case? Because he got more rings than them. They don't have none.
Yes, but they didn't have They didn't have Bird neither, so I give them the slight advantage.
Why?
Because Bird at one point or another was top 2 basketball player
Okay.
in the world.
Well,
Not in the
my
league.
man Malone had Stockton.
Yes, he
Top
did.
5 point guard.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. Shout out to Malone and Stockton. Malone's still number 2, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know
But-
he number 2. He number 2 in my book too.
Let's before we do our wrap up, I wanted to ask y'all something because our question last week about the Super Bowl run, who will we add? We had some interesting feedback. And your guy, Kyle, 28th Street, he said he would take the GOAT for this playoff run, being
So-
Brady.
Oh, okay. Because
So
that's another conversation. Because Brady had to go.
yes, but this is his words verbatim. And I said, well, who's your team? And he said Dallas. And the first thing he said, I'm not saying Dak ain't good, but once he said that, I said,
So he
who?
said basically the same thing I said is whereas though I'm not saying Jimmy ain't good, but I would take Aaron Rodgers.
I guess that's what he's saying.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask y'all, everybody, overhyped, no cap, Dak Prescott.
I say no cap.
Why do you say no cap?
Because just look at what he do every year. That get better and better and better. First they said he couldn't. All he do is run. Then he showed you that's not all he do. That he gives you precision passing down the field. He be dropping dimes on dudes all day long, and he has the numbers to prove it as well.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
That's all. Help your man Kyle out. Because
This
when
got
they
to do
get
with Kyle. This got to do
help
with Dak.
Kyle out, because when they get the knee,
This got to do with Dak. And
Well,
I'm
you gotta
sure
help
dudes
Dak
gonna say
out.
Dallas maybe they losing, but Dak don't play defense.
okay. John, overhyped, no cap. Dak Prescott, what you think?
I mean, that's biased for me because I'm an Eagles
Take
fan.
the Eagles out of it.
Yeah.
I know.
Please take the Eagles
But
out of the
it's
situation.
no. Here's my answer. It's no cap. But if they did have like Tom Brady and Rodgers, the Cowboys would be way better.
Because they're way better than Dak. So what the fuck are you talking about?
So I'm just saying, like what the bull said ain't wrong.
Yeah. Well, you gonna hit yourself in the head with it? Please
I'm
do.
passing them to y'all.
Why?
Dak Prescott is overhyped, people.
I'm still gonna bang the guy with
Stop.
that.
No, I just
Stop
want to hear
it.
why.
Stop the bullshit.
Go ahead. How
Yeah.
you
Listen, Dak Prescott is 49-31 career record, right?
Okay.
That's a good record. That's a great record, right?
49-31.
That's a great record for a lot of compared to most quarterbacks in the NFL right now. But when you break that sandwich down, he's 21-6 versus the NFC East.
Damn.
That guy is 28-25 versus everybody else. It's a fucking smokescreen. Dak Prescott plays in the weakest conference in football, and he looks good. Time out. Let me keep it a C-note with you,
Right,
John.
man.
Because you can verify to this. A couple of years ago, Super Bowl run, the Eagles. Right? The Eagles, Carson Wentz. Everybody say he should have been the MVP that year. Carson Wentz is this good and that good, right? And I kept telling everybody, I said, yo, Carson Wentz against playoff teams, he was like 6-20 something. Remember that? Everybody like, oh no, you a fucking hater, this, that, and the third. But when you playing in the weakest conference in football, and every team has a losing record, one team is going to look better than every other team.
I will admit, I did like Nick Foles better, but that year, during that time where he was the MVP, it was a sweet schedule time for him, schedule lineup for him, and he took advantage of it.
Shout out to all my Eagles fans. If you an Eagles fan and you keep it a C note, get in the comments and be like, yeah, I remember when Brown used to be like Wentz is 6-20 something versus.
I do remember that.
500.
No, you used to always say that.
What would you say that record was against? Whatever. What did you say?
His record against the NFC East is 21-6.
Okay, and what did you say after that?
His record against everybody else is 28-25.
Okay, now that's what I wanted to touch on. His record against everybody else is 28-25, right?
Right.
So he has a winning record against everybody else, right?
Yes.
Not to mention that you're just talking about the wins and losses. You're not talking about what he did against them teams. What his stats was against them teams. Because like I said, Dak doesn't play fucking defense.
Bro.
If they defense can't stop, because it ain't like they ain't putting up 30 to 35 points on dudes.
They wasn't putting up 35 points every year, bro. Stop it.
Come on, man.
I'm talking about every year, bro. Stop
Not every year. Nobody does
Stop
that.
it. I know what I'm saying is how long since the year after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, everybody in the NFC East damn near has had a losing record every year, right? Even the top seed.
No.
I said damn near. The top seed, I think last year finished 500, but every year the top seed in the NFC East is at least 500. What I'm saying, since that 1 year when the Eagles won what was their record that year? Like 13-3 or something like that.
Dak Prescott's top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yeah, because it ain't 10 quarterbacks in the league, but he's not top 5. What I'm saying is, it's a lot of debate right now about Dak Prescott MVP this, MVP that, and Dak Prescott top 5 quarterback and all that.
Listen,
what I'm saying is,
I'm looking at his stats right now. He got 3,100 yards and 23 touchdowns with 8 interceptions, and it's only been 11 games. That's good.
Listen to what I'm telling you. This is a good year. But what I'm saying is, the record is the record. Numbers don't lie, but they can be manipulated. 49-31 looks good. That looks like a good record. But when, like I said, when you break that record down, them numbers are manipulated.
But he got a winning record against everybody else too.
Yes, by 3 games. What I'm saying is he's dominant against the NFC East, 21-6.
He plays the NFC East the most. He plays them 6
right,
times a season.
right. So if he didn't play him at most, how much would that record be?
We don't know because let's not act like it's other bum ass teams in other divisions. Why the fuck y'all give all this praise to Tom Brady like he ain't playing the weakest division his whole fucking career? Not the weakest division in his conference, the weakest division in the NFL his whole career.
I agree. I agree with that. I don't have no problem with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if you see Dak Prescott on another team and he looked like trash truck juicy, you be like, damn, Dak Prescott fell off. No, he didn't fucking fall off.
But you don't gotta say you see one of the team because let's not forget that he was giving out the gas when they wasn't shit. When they had Amari Cooper and all these good receivers. That ain't like that he always had all these guys. The only motherfucker he had, did him and Zeke come in at the same time? I think they came at the same time.
Who?
Dak and Zeke. And I remember they saying the only reason why they could win is because of the run game. But we see Zeke fell the fuck off and Dak fell on. Because Dak giving out gas. Zeke,
I think better than Zeke.
Bro, what I'm telling you is men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, but they can be manipulated.
Yes.
And
we talking about
Dak
game.
Prescott's numbers are manipulated. Now,
fuck the
being
numbers.
as though,
Game.
listen, being as though we about to start the new segment where we go back and recap the week from before. What I'm saying is, when we come back on the next episode, I'm going to dig deeper into this 28-25. So what I'm saying is, when I come back next week, and if it say he throwing for 400 against these teams, but he throwing for 270 against these teams, don't try no other bullshit of, they was dropping passes.
You know what I'm going to try? Go do the same research on Tom Brady in his division.
I'm not bringing up
Tom
I ain't bringing up
I
to compare
agree.
You're talking about that.
I agree with you.
You're killing this man for the same thing niggas praise
I'm
Tom Brady.
killing this man the same reason I was killing Carson Wentz.
But I never heard you kill Tom Brady.
Huh?
You never killed Tom Brady?
Well, you need to go back and watch some earlier episodes when me and Tone was here. When I said a lot of those, listen, I'll recap Tom Brady. What I said is Tom Brady gets credit for winning all those rings and not really having good wide receivers, right? But all those years, he had the best offensive line and the best defense. Their money went somewhere. It just didn't go to the offensive players. He managed the game well.
And he was in the ass conference.
What Vito is trying to do is he's trying to get me to open people old wounds. Like, I had people curse me out for this shit that I'm re-bringing up to you right now, Vito. I shout out my man Skizzy Scott, who said I lost my mind when I said that.
Skizzy Scott, I don't know what y'all was talking about, but this nigga been lost his mind.
No, what I told him is the same thing I told you. No, it was a clip from the episode with me and Tone. When I said is everybody praised Tom Brady because he never had receivers and he won all them rings. But nobody say that Tom Brady took pay cuts so they can pay the offensive line, so they can play the defense. And every year them niggas had a top 3 defense and they won the Super Bowl. Even last year. So what I'm saying is I've been on that wave. Okay. Don't do that. I've been on that wave. You know what I mean? But right now what I'm saying is with that. Because I said this a couple years ago when everybody hyped Carson Wentz up. What I'm saying is until the NFC East get better, I don't believe no quarterback is great in that division. This division.
Let me ask you this. Besides the NFC East, do you think he's better than any quarterback outside the NFC East?
Yes, he's better than quarterbacks outside the NFC.
So that means nothing then.
Hell yeah. Now, but is he top 5? I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's top 5. I think he's top 10 though.
Okay. Yeah, he's top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hold on. Wait. As far as top 5 quarterbacks, right off the top, I can see Tom, Aaron, and Russell Wilson. Who else? Who are the other 2?
Well, to begin the season, I had Josh Allen as top 5.
I like him over Josh Allen.
I don't know.
And I remember we was talking about, matter of fact, a couple episodes ago, we was talking about Kyler Murray. I like him over Kyler Murray too.
I don't know about
he's definitely
Kyler Murray wasn't in my top 5, but he's definitely top 5 quarterback, bro.
Who? Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
No, he's not better than Dak.
Yes, he is.
He's not better than Dak. No.
Yes, he is. Dak ain't even better than Matt.
Who?
Mac Jones?
No, Matt.
Matt Ryan?
Matthew.
Who the fuck is Matthew?
Stafford.
Man, you done lost your fucking mind. Matthew Stafford got way better talent as a team.
Bro, we're not talking about this year. We're talking about every year, bro.
Oh, well, look at the numbers.
Yeah, if you want to look
Matt
at
Stafford played with one of arguably the top 5 receivers of all time.
Not the last couple years.
But his whole career, he ain't shit.
Listen to what I'm going to tell you. Matthew Stafford numbers is damn near the same every year, even when he didn't have Calvin Johnson, bro.
All they did was throw the fucking ball.
With nobody.
All they did was throw the ball. Dak had a run game most of his career. Bro, all Matt did was throw the fucking ball.
Bro,
and we're gonna have. And look at Matt coming back to reality these last couple games.
We need to add this other show. When we add this other show, what y'all want to dress up in dashiki? Y'all want to throw the dashikis on the
Did Matt Stafford not come back to reality these last couple games?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, he did. But listen, what I'm saying is, when we do that I'm Black Y'all episodes, y'all want to put the dashikis up here? Yeah. Them Jones M.O.Tech be wearing? Come on, man. Y'all niggas done lost y'all mind.
You done lost your mind. Them dudes ain't better than Dak right now.
But I know it's a little old now, but I wanted to touch on something that in that past verses with the bone in 3-6.
Yeah.
How'd y'all feel about it?
Bone got smoked.
What?
They got smoked to the bone.
Negative.
How do you feel like
how'd y'all feel, people? Did y'all really think what you call 3-6 beat?
Them niggas did all that extra bullshit. They had to do all that extra bullshit.
What extra stuff you talking about?
The making it rain.
The rain had nothing to do with the songs that they was playing.
You're not the songs. That's why they did it, because of this. The songs was bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
So what songs did Bone play that wasn't bullshit? Because like I've been saying,
that wasn't
last 4 or 5 weeks, Bone got 4 to 5 songs.
Listen to what I mean by bullshit is I mean 3-6 Mafia songs had no substance whatsoever. They was just like what? They was just like, I ain't paying that bitch. I ain't paying that hoe.
What the fuck got to do with it?
Like, that shit is not his.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, I was saying that some of them songs sounded
ain't
like...
nothing Bone
Like, they
played that
should've
was
been
better
on
than
Fight
Bands
Night.
Can Make Her Dance. Nothing.
Bro,
What's
did you see the beginning of Versus?
Yeah.
When they introduced Bone Thugs as the highest selling
Yeah.
group of all
I seen
time.
that. What does that mean, though?
What the fuck is you talking about? Those bands are making a
Okay, well, let me ask you this
What
question.
the fuck?
Who sold more records than Eminem? Soulja Boy sold more records than a lot of dudes. Nelly sold more records than a lot of dudes. What does that mean? Not a motherfucking thing.
Shout out Nelly, but when we talking about Soulja Boy did it digitally. When we talking about it,
Okay, Nelly didn't.
yes, that's why I said shout out to Nelly.
So
These
records
guys,
don't mean shit.
these guys did it on a record set.
Okay, so the amount of records you sold don't mean nothing, right?
No, that's what you saying.
Okay, but you also told me Nelly is the one who fucked the game up, but now
Yes.
you're telling me
Yep.
shout out to Nelly because he sold so many records. I'm confused.
Yes, that don't mean he fucked. That mean he was commercial. He was commercial.
So you gotta. So in order to sell that record, you gotta be commercial. Is what you're saying.
You see
Let
what
me
you see
ask
what
you a
Flow
question.
Rider did.
I asked you
A lot of records, and he was commercial.
Yep.
Digital. I asked you a better question, right? Bone Thugs, highest selling rap group of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many groups do they got more hits than? Because you said
None.
you said they catalog.
None.
Right. So what I'm gonna tell you is, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one time when you gotta look at it where hits don't really matter. It's just the substance in the music.
Yes, the fuck they do. The hits matter. Hits 9 times out of 10, not all the time.
Listen to
but
what
9
you're
times out of
saying.
10 is good music.
Listen to what you're saying, right? So you saying Bone only got 4 or 5 hits, right?
Yes.
You saying Juicy
No.
J and them. Time out. You saying Juicy J and them got way more hits than them, right?
Juicy J and them make better music than
Do
them.
they have more hits?
Yes.
Than them? Yes.
Bone
Right.
got bigger hits. Juicy J and them, the 3 6 got more.
What I'm saying is, Juicy J and them don't have the impact, haven't sold the records that they sold.
None of that means anything when it comes to a verse.
What it means is, nigga, for every 7 songs you make trying to make a hit, my one song is gonna make me sell 7 times more than you, my
Okay,
nigga.
so you're telling
it's
me-
levels to this shit.
Okay, but you're contradicting yourself because you're saying that the amount of records being sold is what makes them better. Is that what you're saying?
No,
So
I'm
what the
not
fuck did you say
saying
that for?
What I'm saying is, you're saying that they had more hits than
Yes.
Bone. You're saying that a lot of rap groups had more.
Yes.
And it's a reason why they didn't sell more than
Why?
Bone. Because Bone isn't watered down all about radio
well, let me
shit
ask
like
you this
you're
question.
saying.
Let me ask you this question.
That's my
Can
point.
them 5 hits that Bone got just went crazy and the rest of that shit ain't do nothing? You didn't even think about that, did you?
What, say it again?
They 5 hits might have went crazy. Motherfuckers went crazy over them 5 hits.
It's-
But the rest of that shit, nobody listen to that bullshit.
I think
Nah,
it's two
that's
different.
not true because I do you one better, right? One of their biggest hits of all time out of their catalog was First of the Month, and they didn't even play
Play
that
that.
song.
They didn't play that where? That wasn't on the radio every fucking day.
No, on the
They didn't
verse.
play it on the Versus bash.
Yeah.
So
They didn't even play that.
What that got to do with anything?
They didn't play that one of their best songs.
Oh, okay. So
It's
who
not
got that?
it's not about
That's why they
hits,
lost.
bro.
It is about hits. That's what the verse is for. Who got the most hits?
I think
So
which
for the
one?
verses,
I
It's
think
all about what songs.
I think 3-6 touched more people for the fact that because of the generation. I think that as far as content, Bone Thugs had them. They came up in a generation with Lazy Bone said it was about them beats. Like these motherfuckers don't know 3-6 Mafia and them lyrics, but they know the
Don't
beats.
nobody
They know.
know both of them.
No,
You
guys
understand this
study
shit.
Bone, bro.
What I'm saying is now 3-6 Mafia, because the bands that make a dance and shit like that, Hustle and Flow, they have no.
And they did bring out Terrence Howard.
I knew they was gonna bring out. They knew they couldn't sing that
They
song
had to.
themselves. But what I'm telling you is, they had to do all that shit. They
They didn't have to. Because let's not act like Bone ain't bring motherfuckers out too. Come on, man.
I'm glad you mentioned Bone bringing people out because That chick, Satasha Williams, that sung Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Bro, if you pay attention, she sounds just like the fucking record. She can really sing.
She can really sing.
She used to run with Pac and them, but that girl can really fucking sing. I was like, oh my God.
I'm surprised she didn't have her own career. If she did, I don't know.
She was nice.
Did anybody peep them when Notorious Thugs came on and when Pac song came on, it buffered out on both of them songs and then come back on into the songs?
Sounds like you a conspiracy theorist too right now.
Nah, I'm saying, did y'all notice that? No, they was all in the comments.
No.
Every time. They buffered out on both songs.
The Pac song wasn't all that hot to me.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, like I told John earlier, I think that shit had to do something with rights.
Copyrights or something.
Copyrights or something.
That's possible.
Because it only buffered out during those two.
Whose song? That's Biggie's song, so that's Pac.
Yeah.
Is that Pac song? Or is it their song?
That's Pac songs? No, that's their song. That's their song.
And who else can say that they did a song with Big and Pac when they were both alive?
And Pun.
And Pun.
Okay.
And Easy.
But see, and that goes back to
That's crazy.
On the strength of who they were signed to. They got more access to niggas because they fucked with Eazy-E. Nobody knew who 3-6 really was. 3-6 came out of nowhere from Memphis. Bone was signed to Eazy-E.
We need to look up. I need to know when the fuck 3-6 Mafia came out, because to me, they make the same type music as fucking Little John, and I'm wondering why Little John got all the fucking light. And I thought Little John was on the. I swear to God,
He's the king of the crunk.
Listen, I thought he was out there performing a couple of them songs with them, bro. They make the same fucking exact
same
music.
kind of music. They do.
So they had to come. Did they tell me they came out after Lil Jon?
They probably did. Lil Jon, the old head.
Lil Jon, I don't remember Lil Jon, but from the early 2000s.
But that don't mean he went out there making shit.
What I'm saying is 3-6 Mafia been out since the 90s, bro.
That's possible.
And they make him like the king of crunk, like that was his shit. Like,
but that's probably some shit he came up with and niggas ran with it.
Everybody ran with that shit. Ain't nobody debated.
They ran with it when Atlanta, and well, Atlanta still
ain't nobody
running shit. But Atlanta at one point, when they first started running shit, they was the most popular spot.
I don't know, bro. What I'm just saying is, man, I guess you got to be that type guy. Like, if you a club boy?
No, I don't.
You used to be a club?
I never was a club boy.
Oh, you just like radio music?
I like good music.
You like 6
they
o'clock.
They make better music than fucking both.
You 5 o'clock traffic jam, boy, huh?
I listen to the radio all day.
Partying on the weekend, huh? On your day off, huh? I mean, coming home from work on a Friday. Yeah, I know.
But it all comes down to good music, and they make more good music than Bone Thugs.
I get
when
it.
I listen to their verses.
Yeah, so 3-6 came out, got the drop first out in 91, Lil Jon, 96.
So what was your point about that, though?
I'm just saying that we got to go back and listen to some of that 91 shit. They might have ran with Lil Jon whole fucking shit.
But you act like niggas don't run with other niggas style all the
Outkast
time.
came out that same year too.
I'm just saying, bro. What
the fuck does that mean?
We just gotta go verified, man.
Okay, if you verify, even if they did.
8-Ball and MJG, they also came out in 91.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, all them dudes you just named.
It was a door that got open.
That we knew back in the day, except for fucking 3-6 Mafia.
And 3-6 Mafia still performing new shit to this day. Bone ain't got no new shit.
You know why though? 3-6 Mafia, one of them niggas, who is it, Paul or one of them, or is it Juicy J? One of them niggas actually produced the beats.
Yeah.
Both of them do.
Oh yeah, that's what give them niggas advantage.
But no, that's true. But they still got, Juicy J still got songs out. Not just producing. He actually got extra songs.
No, what I'm saying is, my nigga, he got them motherfucking beats where it's like, look, Wayne, hop on this John and I'm gonna throw you this John.
Come on, man, you just speculating now. Get the fuck out of here. He's on song. I don't give a fuck whatever case may be. He still got some shit out right now.
Yeah, but you know, not even that though. But they from like, even when I was selling John earlier, I'm like, a lot of them earlier songs they was doing, like, who was that we said? Oh, they 8-Ball and MJG and all them. Like, you gotta remember back in the day when no pun intended, when the South was the outcast. Them motherfuckers united and stuck together. So you heard all them down south, Outkast, Goody Mob, 8 Ball, MJG, UGK, like all them niggas stuck together so you could go back to any of they old shit and hear all them motherfuckers on it. You know what I mean? So them niggas always stuck together. But I don't know, man. I still give the advantage to Bone because I just think the content of the music, bro. When you listen to that shit, you go back and listen to that shit.
Listen, you gotta stop with your bullshit because you called me on a live and told me specifically that nobody in the hood listen to fucking Bone, but you keep giving them that fucking credit.
Bro, you're not gonna make me listen to. You're not gonna make me think.
Say what you about to say. You're not gonna listen to what?
Chicken head. You're not gonna make me listen to that shit and tell me that it's a hit because they was playing it on the radio. No, fuck no. It don't work like that. No,
foremost,
you can't say that.
So you said they didn't even play no 3-6 shit on the radio.
I said early 90s.
Okay.
I said early 2000s.
Right, but this is the point I'm making is you said nobody in the hood listens to Bone Thugs. So how the fuck do you know all this Bone Thug shit?
We're not talking about what we know.
What are we
talking about what Bone Thugs perform and what 3 6
but prior to the verses, you was hyping up Bone Thug, and I'm trying to figure out if this so-called nigga never listened to Bone Thug in the hood. How do you know?
All I'm saying is that they record sales proved it.
Hold on. Time out. Let me end this because I see where Vito going.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I see where Vito going. I've never once said out my mouth that I didn't listen to Bone Thug.
So what did you say?
I said niggas in the hood.
You are not a nigga in the hood.
I said majority of the
now
niggas.
You said majority of niggas.
Pardon me. I said majority of the niggas.
Alright, let me ask you this question. Why was that the topic of discussion if you were not one of these niggas?
The topic of discussion was shout out my cousin you and all of those guys. They used to hang together. So what I'm saying is, I know dudes, me, my cousin Lil Eric, like it was a couple of us, right? That we was Nas boys, we was cold hip hop boys and all that, but we still listened to Bone Thugs. But these niggas, Sheed and them, you couldn't play Bone Thugs and them around because them niggas did not listen to that type music.
Hold on. So how are you speaking about niggas in the hood that listen to Bone Thug, but you listen to Bone Thug?
Listen, because I told him I don't want you to confuse me listening to Bone Thugs to everybody else.
Let's go a little deeper then, because why would you tell Tone that if you listen to Bone Thugs in the hood, hold on, let me finish, that niggas would grind you up? You said like Vito would grind you up about listening to Bone Thugs.
You know why? Because you probably would have grind him up either way, because now that we get the full gist of it, the conversation started over a topic that we were going to do, right? And the topic was going to be produce one, shelf one, cut one, right? Mm-hmm. And Tone kept coming to me with, let's do Wu-Tang, The Locks, Bone Thugs. And I'm like, bro, you can't do that.
Why not?
He like, why not? And I'm like, because, bro, your take on Bone Thugs ain't the same as everybody's gonna cut Bone Thugs. That's just, and he like, really? And he just thought everybody listened to Bone Thugs.
So what was your opinion on the Bone Thugs? Because your opinion was the same as mine at the time. So I'm confused at how it changed.
My opinion is what I'm telling you. I like Bone Thugs, but everybody in my hood, nobody else.
So hold on. So why was you saying a nigga like Vito would grind you up? So how was your opinion that you still fuck with Bone Thugs and he fuck with Bone Thugs?
My opinion of
I would grind him up.
My opinion of that is because I've seen you grind people up when Bone Thugs was actually live in effect.
How was you saying niggas in the hood didn't listen to that shit if you're a nigga in the hood and you listen to it? How can you speak for somebody else's perspective and not your own?
I did speak for mine. I said don't take me.
What did you?
Listen to what I told you. Rewind the tape.
Let's go. We need to go back.
Rewind the tape.
No, I'm talking about the actual tape.
What I told Tone is, Don't confuse me listening to Bone Thugs, as is everybody in the hood. Because my opinion on Bone Thugs and your opinion and John's opinion might be this way. And we think the whole hood, well, y'all think the whole hood feel the same way, but no, it's not really that way.
But I'm trying to figure out how were you speaking on somebody else's perspective of Bone Thugs and not your own.
I was speaking on my perspective.
If you were speaking on your own, you wouldn't have said niggas in the hood would grind you
I
up.
did, because the same niggas that the same story I just told you about Sheed and my cousin.
That's not your perspective. That's Sheed's perspective.
That's my hood.
But that's their perspective.
What I'm saying is, you couldn't be in the house listening to Bone Thugs. If I got
so you was a sneaky Bone Thug boy.
No,
that's what it sounds
what
like,
I'm
John.
telling you. What I'm telling you, if I'm in the crib chilling, boop, listening to Bone Thugs, right? 6 niggas come in the crib right now. Oh, you listening to this singing shit? Oh, put this on. That's how that shit was, bro. And I'm telling Tone, and Tone like, for real, that's how it was. He didn't believe that shit.
Alright, so once again, how was it you saying that niggas in the hood would grind Bone Thugs up, but now you're saying that you fuck with Bone Thugs?
Because I just told you why.
No
because what I'm saying is, his argument was he's gonna put Wu-Tang on the conversation with Bone, the Lox. He was saying niggas like Mobb Deep and all of them. And he was gonna pick Bone Thugs. And I had to tell my co-host, because I don't just want him to go out there like that, bro.
Why not? It's keeping it a secret.
No, but bro, I'm just, so I kept it a secret with him. I let him know, bro. People perception ain't the same perception, because you going around thinking everybody perception.
With that conversation, what would you be your perception on that conversation as far as the Lox, Wu-Tang, and Bone Thug?
I would have cut Bone.
Why? You told me Bone make better music than Lox too. Matter of fact, you said Wu-Tang make better music than Lox, right?
I would have produced Wu-Tang. I would have produced Wu-Tang.
Okay.
I would have shelved the Lox, and I would have cut Bone.
I'm confused as to why you would have cut Bone if you were a Bone Thug boy.
That don't, business is business, baby.
Nigga, we not making no money off that. We talking about opinion of good
produce
music.
one, shelf one, cut one is based off you being.
Okay, so if we talking about business, didn't you just say Bone Thug was the highest selling group ever?
Yeah.
So let's do the math on the business then.
Yes, let's do the math on the business. The first time you seen Bone Thugs together was on the Versus in how many years? It's longevity and this shit. So they got bigger hits than everybody. But
okay, if it's longevity, why wouldn't you keep the Lox? Because the Lox still doing shit. Ain't none of them other dudes doing nothing.
What do you mean? The Wu,
you said longevity.
The Wu got a fucking show after them right now. Method Man is a actor now.
Nigga,
like,
that ain't got nothing to do. That won't put no money in your pocket.
Nigga.
You said produce. That means the music. That other shit is theirs. That ain't got nothing to do with the producer. You said produce one, cut one, and shelf one.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, so
good.
we're talking about making money off the music.
I know you still trying to get the Lox over.
No, I'm trying to make sense of what the fuck you talking about. Because you talking about producing one. If Bone is the biggest selling, why wouldn't you produce them?
Longevity, bro.
How is it longevity? How long was the Wu making good music?
What do you mean? They still getting paid off their music.
I didn't ask you that. How long did they make good music? Everybody's getting still paid off.
The 90s. The whole 90s.
Okay, how long was Bone making good music?
No, past the 90s.
How long did Bone make up with the music?
Like 6-7 years.
Okay.
Like 6-7 years. So it's still longevity, bro. Because
the longevity don't matter if you sold way more fucking records.
You gotta look, if you just talking about rappers, like even Method Man, he went on and did a whole nother thing with Red Band, you know what I mean? So if you talking about
but you said producing Wu-Tang, you ain't say Method Man.
It doesn't.
Wu.
What I'm saying is just longevity.
Method Man solo career got nothing to do with the Wu. That's Method Man. Do you not see the show? They had options to do the solo deals by themselves. That ain't had nothing to do with the Wu.
Yeah, but see, this is the part that you miss on that, right? You see how RZA was making all the decisions. He didn't let ODB go to Def, or he sent him to a better deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in that joint do it tell you what RZA made off them deals. It don't tell you that part though, right? Yeah. It tell you everything else but what he made off of it. It's a business, good brother.
Okay, so if it's a business, that motherfuckers are the highest selling group, and they did it in less amount of years. So you do the math on that.
Yeah, respect the bone. It ain't nothing wrong with bone, but I'd still go with longevity. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, to me, I was always taught that $5,000 is $5,000, whether you make the $5,000 in 2 days or 2 weeks. $5,000 is $5,000.
Would you rather make $5,000 in 2 days or 2 months?
To be honest with you, I'd probably rather make it in 2 months.
And why would you rather make it in 2 months when you got
Because
fucking bills?
if I make it in 2 fucking days, I'm gonna spend it in 30 minutes.
If you make it in 2 months, you're not even going to see it in 2 months.
Right.
It's going to be made over 2
Right,
months.
so I know at least it'll go to what it's supposed to go to.
So that just sounds like you gonna fuck some shit up.
What I'm saying is
common sense.
What I'm saying is, with the way my mentality is if I made this money in 2 days, I can make it back in 2 more days. And you know what I mean? I'm gonna spend it even faster. I'd rather make it in 2 months.
So that don't even make sense, man. What the fuck is you talking about?
Listen.
All right, let me ask you a question. Did you ever hustle?
Yes.
Why did you hustle?
For money.
For fast money.
Yes.
All right. So why you just get a job from the gun bust if you would rather make the money in 2 months instead of 2 days?
Well, this is a question that you asking somebody that was a kid when he made those decisions compared to now. What I'm saying is the risk and the reward. For me, all the risks that I was doing, running the streets and all that, and the way my mentality was that as fast as I got it, I'm going to spend it because I'm going to get it back even faster tomorrow.
So that means you preferred to get the money in 2 days instead of 2 months.
No, I didn't. Because what I'm saying is, my old mentality is like this. Let me break it down to you like this so we understand. My bills is due next week. The old me. The kid me, right? My bills is due next week. But I've made $5,000 in 2 days and my money came today. Well, being as though my bills is due next week, I'm not gonna pay my bills today. I'm gonna say I'll make $5,000 again next week, 2 more days, and pay my bills then.
That doesn't even make sense.
It does.
It doesn't, because as a hustler, you should know if just because you made $5,000 in 2 days doesn't mean because you can go the next 2 days and make $0. So that doesn't make sense.
Well, 2 things. A hustler is never gonna make $0 if you really a hustler. Even if you selling
that
t-shirts.
just because you make the maximum amount one day, don't mean you're gonna make that the next day.
That's first of all, and then second of all is that's one of the things that a lot of the young brothers don't know. Like for instance, I'll give you a story. I was just sitting around with a kid on my block who was telling me how another kid was grieving about he just had $18,000 in PPP, PUA money, and he blew it all in $2,000. I mean, two weeks, 2 months, whatever it was. And he had he a dickhead and this, that, and the third, and he was buying his people shit and they never looked out for him. And he never had money. That was his first come up. I said, listen to what you said. When a young nigga never had money and was never taught nothing to do with money, just like you see these superstars, they go broke after they leave NBA, NFL, and all that. Everybody can say, if you can get this and this and you should stack this and a true hustler should do this. But when you in that situation, nobody has ever taught you how to open bank accounts. Nobody ever taught you how to do this and that. So naturally, what comes with getting fast money is spending it even faster.
That's a bullshit excuse, because it's a lot of people who make fast money who don't fuck it up. So you can't use this as a small example.
No, we're talking about young kids as hustlers. You have, what I'm saying is, out of 100%, you got maybe 20 kids that come in as kids and hustle to make it that's successful. Maybe that might be given too much. The other 80 to 85% is just winging it out here. They're going off of what they were showed. So what I'm saying is, when you first start getting money, right? When somebody show you how to hustle, you following trends. So, all right, you see John got the newest sneakers and all that on. All right, so my parents ain't got it like that, or my mom ain't got it like that, so I'm going to go out here and hustle too, because I'm going to get that shit John got. So now when the money start coming in fast, and it's like, oh shit, well, when John and them done hustling for the day, they go smoke weed and buy 40s and this, and before you know it, or they go shopping and they keep buying.
That don't mean you gotta do that.
It doesn't mean you have to do that, but this is the cycle we get caught in because we don't have that guidance.
Okay, but even without that guidance, just because you make when you make fast money, you see that every day ain't the same. You don't make the same amount of money every fucking day. You have fast days, you have slow days. So you know, because I made $5,000 in 2 days, don't mean I'm gonna get $5,000 in these next 2 days.
Okay, now let's take fast money out the equation for a minute, right? Let's again go sports, entertainment. Let's go. How many motherfuckers go broke? They go broke. So not just hustlers. What I'm saying is, you a kid. It's been a lot of big stars that went fucking broke. Yeah. Don't got nothing because they wasn't never taught how to save, how to do this, how to do that.
But what about the other dudes that wasn't taught that same shit and ain't broke?
Yeah, that's the same thing when you say, what about the dudes in the hood that didn't have their dad and they got their lawyers and you got people that slip through the cracks, but not everybody slips through the cracks. It's a way higher percentage of people that's gonna fuck that money up. Out of 100% out of people that got PPP money, PUA money that was free. Out of 100%, how many of y'all think how many percentage you think fuck that money up?
A larger percent. Yeah.
Right. Because most of them niggas that got that money, they never had money. They don't know what to do with money. Exactly. You gotta know what to do with something.
But let's do the math though. Now I definitely know what you're saying about niggas that have money. But if you never had money and you get some money, and you coming from never having money, the first thing on your mind should be to try to make that money into more money.
It should be. It should be, but that'll never be our thing. You know why? Because we get blinded and we start buying tickets to all these movies being sold to us in the NBA, in the rap world, in the R, and when we run into all these movies and we want to live like them.
But like, I agree with you, but I think it's more majority. But I think there are people that stand out that, like Vito's saying, I think there are people that you don't know about that actually didn't come from, that came from nothing, got that money, was like, you know what, I know how to manage this shit.
Yes, what I'm saying is, if I grew up with 10 dudes in my neighborhood, I'm talking about 10 strong dudes.
Yep.
I'm saying 8 of us turned out to be hustlers. Yes, 2 of them might have slipped through the cracks, but it's rare.
But you know why? Because it's choices. You got a choice to either be a hustler or not be a hustler.
It's not even. I'm not even talking about. Take the hustle out the equation. I'm just saying when you never had money and you get a big lump sum of money. If you never was taught, why you think the NBA, they give you classes now on how to spend your money and how to budget your money and all that, because they know these kids ain't never been taught how to spend it. So the first thing you going to do is you going to stunt.
But on the flip side, like I said, it's all about the choices you make. Because what about some of them dudes that are not from the hood?
Yeah, I think there are always going to be. There's always going to be exceptions.
Yeah,
I think.
Exception to the rule. But them dudes fuck that money up because they want to.
But I think majority, like you said, the majority fuck their money up.
A certain, no matter what your lifestyle is, what I'm saying is.
But just look like this: a nigga that don't come from that might fuck their money up, but a nigga who comes from something, they don't have to fuck their money up because they already got damn near everything that they need. That what the money would get them.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I mean, let me tell you a perfect example. Who fucked that money up and came from money? Johnny Football. Johnny Football was a dickhead. He was projected to be the next best thing in the NFL. He come from money. From his college days, even as a boy, he fucked that money up.
What money? He didn't make really no money in the NFL?
He didn't, yes, because he was a dickhead.
If he would
have
acted,
he didn't have no money to fuck up, though.
He came from money, so it's like what you said. People that come from money, they not gonna fuck it up, but he did.
He didn't fuck. What I'm saying is, he wasn't in the NFL long enough to make any real money.
Because he fucked it up. He came in that.
He fucked his career up. He ain't fucked that money up.
He fucked his money up.
He wasn't in the NFL but for like 3 years. He didn't.
What I'm saying is he fucked his money. He didn't get the big check. They booted that nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Nut
You saying fuck that money up. You're saying like how the average nigga say, yeah, he fucked that money up. But
Niggas
you're
like
saying he fucked his
niggas
career
like Chad Ochocinco, T.O.
No, Chad Ochocinco made good money. He ain't fucked that money up.
I can't think of. I'm just talking about
bumming.
niggas that go broke. Because you got some niggas that like get fucked up off gambling and everything.
Bad
Like,
investments.
you see what I'm saying? Like some people bad investments and all that.
Now,
So
I got a problem with a bad investment. Now, living beyond your means is different.
yeah, but I just think that that's one thing. Like we all get misconstrued. Like you gotta give motherfucker the benefit of the doubt if they never came from nothing.
No, you don't.
You have to,
You got
bro.
to make a wise choice. My thing is, now we all fucked money up before, but my thing is, if you come from nothing and you finally get something, you should be trying to figure out how to make that something into more instead of fucking it up. Think about it, if I get a lump sum and I know ain't nothing else coming after this lump sum, why the fuck would I go spend it all on some?
It sounds too close to right, and I just think a lot of people don't catch on to that. But like you said, it's just some that follow that and know how to manage their money. And it's like those that get caught up in the system. I mean, they buying everything they telling you they trying to sell to you.
I see it all the time.
Listen, we running over, but let me ask y'all this, right? Before we wrap it up. Perfect scenario, right? Nori asked Mac about the Rockefeller money. What happened to the Rockefeller money? Max paraphrasing, he said, I fucked the money up.
Yeah.
They asked Mac, if you get the money again, what you gonna do with it? You know what he said?
What?
I'ma fuck it up again.
Oh.
It's levels to this shit, man.
I ain't mad at him for saying
You
that.
know what I mean? I'ma fuck it
He is
up
who he
again.
is.
That's what happens, man. It's not saying that it's right, but that's the shit we come from,
Shout
man.
out to Mac for saying that.
Shout out to Siegel, man. What up, dog?
Keeping it real.
You know what I mean? But on that note, y'all got anything else?
That Mac.
Yeah, man. So y'all gotta look at things different, man.
Yeah.
As always, y'all, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Keep showing love on social media, YouTube, every platform, Spotify, Apple, we everywhere. Keep hitting up with us with questions of the day, topics, this, that, and the third. And get ready. We got some people coming up. Kyle, I know you ready now after I just brought Dak up. I know you ready to come up now, baby. Holla at me. But as always, I'm your boy Brown. To the left of me, I got
John.
To the right of me, I got Vito. He a little speedy. I think he trying to get out of here.
I got pissed.
Okay. Action. As always, people, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep it Cino. We holla at y'all.
Hustling hard.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da.